see you, Alex. You a fucking fool for this shit. Appreciate that one. S. I think it's time to put them in their place. I'ma have to set them straight. You don't know me, you don't know where I'm from, or what I had to do to get this plate. Hey, let me paint a picture. Everybody dissing, acting like it wasn't cool to listen. Now look at me.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to YouTube. I'm joined by my client and good friend Will here. We'll be hitting our shoulders and arms day. I'm currently 1.5 weeks out from New Zealand. Really excited to do New Zealand again. I've competed there twice already. I actually did my pro debut there 7 years ago. So it'll be exciting to come back. Right now, I feel like absolute trash. I'll go into more detail about what I'm doing a little bit later on, but we're going to start off with the Smith Machine Press. We've only got one set here of 6 to 8. So even though this is a shoulder press, you'll notice that there's a slight decline on the bench. We're not completely upright, and that's because we really want to make sure that we're able to tuck the elbow underneath the bar. And being that we're tight bodybuilders, if we were sitting upright, it probably wouldn't be possible with the amount of external rotation we have. So slightly lean back on that, make sure the elbows stay underneath the bar and the wrist stays above the elbow. Practice really well. Practice really well. I'm so used to that in life, yeah. Probably put a 15 on and do another warm up on that. Get it. So currently at this point in time, my body has not been responding, which is always fun. Coming back from Korea, my lowest weight was 83.6. The goal was to pull off another kilo of fat, so somewhere around like mid-82s. And weight just hasn't been budging. Literally these last 3.5 weeks, I've come down 300 grams. I would probably put it down to stress. And at this point in time, we're pushing pretty hard. Calories are 2,200, steps are 15,500 steps. So yeah, I'm running on fumes at this point in time. So we're just going to continue pushing for the rest of the week. And then it's pretty much peak week. So peak week, we'll pull back on the fatigue, pull back activity, obviously slowly increase food. And then hopefully it all just kind of comes together. I'll be honest, it is very discouraging kind of not seeing that like weight budge, and I don't feel like I'm looking much better, but I do know logically, obviously as a coach, that it's probably because I'm super flat and therefore my muscles aren't pushing against the skin. But regardless of me knowing that, it does mess with me mentally. So I'm really just trying to do my best to trust in the process and do the work I need to every single day until we get to peak week and obviously be able to pull back and hopefully bring the physique back to life. Right, saying that, one set here, 8 reps.
Come on. Focus. Yeah, 3 more. Up. Got it. Keep grinding, come on. Push, push. Slowly. Get it, come on.
That felt a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. Alright guys, so next exercise is a cuffed cable lateral raise. If you've never used these before, I find them much better than a dumbbell raise, so you're going to get better consistent tension all the way through. Use the cuffs so that the grips won't be a limiting factor. We're just going to do 2 sets here of 8 to 12. So a good tip on this one, guys, is make sure to do a nice wide arc. So push downwards, straight down towards the floor, and then up. A big mistake people do is they kind of shrug upwards first. That's obviously going to get like a lot of upper trap. So think nice and wide to get those side dives. So you probably notice I'm chewing gum at the moment. And appetite and energy has been a huge struggle for me these last few weeks. So I started incorporating some nicotine gum. Nicotine has some good benefits in terms of it's nootropic, so switches on the brain, so I'm a little bit more alert. And also it does help reduce appetite. So I've been using 2 milligram nicotine gum sort of when I train and then in between meals. Now it's really good because it has a really short effect, like 30 to 60 minutes. So I'm not going to really interfere in my sleep unless I'm chewing right before bed, but that's just dumb. But obviously you're not going to get the bad side effects you would if you were vaping or smoking. So the nicotine gum is a good little addition if you feel like you need a bit of boosted energy and also manage appetite a little bit better. Right, 2 working sets here, 8 to 12 reps.
29. I'm sending out a message the next day or 2. Confirm numbers. Whoever's coming, we're going to go for dinner first. And then electric, we're going to go food. I've already booked 10 people. I'll put Bro, 2 weeks after that.
Yeah?
I felt like you got 1 extra.
I feel like you're one behind me.
Oh, really? I swear the counting never lies.
Yeah, it never does.
every weekend, someone every week.
This one. Good. Another one. Come on.
Can you force? Let's go.
I bet you.
Shit. I'm not just looking you guys up now like, at least let me get a pump first next time you invite me over, bro.
You don't need a pump.
Thank you.
I don't have a pump. I've had a pump for months, but.
Wait. Call me over now. Wait. Yo.
That's bad form.
What's that?
That's bad form.
No, well, I wasn't going for 4. I was just going for. Shit. I mean, I think for all your videos going forward, you need to just wear your Olympia jersey, bro. Straight up. Legit.
One day it'll happen. Probably not anytime soon, but one day.
You got to do that.
Does it have your name on it?
Should just get it stitched on.
You get it stitched on. Let me see.
Man, I made my own for my tour.
Yeah.
Heat press.
I was gonna make some shirts, but I got lazy. I got too tired.
You're pretty creative with your Dragon Ball Z ideas though. You could do one for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It could be your thing when you finally debut, and just behind have like a little bit of the pyros, so that when you go in for your favourite pose, to turn Super Saiyan.
Well, I'm actually a little teaser here. After this prep, I'm gonna create a training program. I'm gonna release one of the training programs I used for this comeback, and it's gonna be called The Awakening. So if you're a true Dragon Ball Z fan, you'll know The Awakening is when Gohan turns Super Saiyan 2. You know, he's got that hidden power inside himself, and then he releases it, sees his full potential. So that will be the training program coming next year.
RPE surely, RPE, recovery, wellness, like don't.
Well, it's just going to be the training program, and then there's going to be videos on how to do each exercise, and then how to periodize from week 1 all the way up until like week 8 to week 10, making sure that you get that progression, and then having a deload towards the end there as well.
Maybe roll out like a little warm-up for you in that?
You get the full work stuff.
Right? Yeah, from the start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? 6, 7, 8. Come on, push. 9. 10. 2 more, you don't need my help. Come on. Yes, come on. Last one. Finish.
Alright guys, next exercise we just got some redelt flies, 2 sets, 8 to 12. As you can see, it's nothing fancy here, just keeping it simple, keeping our performance up, and not taxing the recovery too much. Pretty much the same tips as the lateral raise there. Really want to think about nice wide arcs. So I'm thinking about actually pushing forward first and then just out. So a big mistake people do is they almost turn into like a little bit of a row where they pull their shoulder blades together. That's obviously going to recruit more of the mid-back, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but obviously this movement is supposed to isolate the rear delt. So thinking about, again, keeping that nice and wide and try to avoid pulling your shoulder blades back. It's been my client for 2 years now.
It's been 2 years. I feel like
Probably a bit less.
almost 2 years. No, be about 2 years.
Yeah.
I feel like I competed in September,
Yeah.
not October.
Yeah.
So we're almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 2 years. Yeah, already two and a bit years already. Yeah, time's flying.
So I actually started Will. He was already in prep with another coach, but things weren't working out there, so I took over. We ended up doing his first show. We did classic and under 70 kilos bodybuilding. I did reasonably well. First call out for both of them, third in the under 70s. Since then, obviously, he's had a long off season, sitting at 88 at the moment.
88 at the moment.
Yeah, and the plan is to do season C, so the September, October show next year. So I predict he'll be at least maybe like 6-ish kilos up on stage weight, which is exciting. This is his growth phase at the moment, and then he'll be doing a bit of a mini cut for his wedding, which is very exciting.
February, yeah. So it's coming up really quick. So
Yeah.
I didn't really want a puffy face for my wedding photos, so we're going to tidy up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I think that sets up us a few weeks to have a little bit more food post-wedding, and then have some time off, and then really start prep. And I think that is, I think we learnt together, like having a good timeline for me is very important. So I can plan out the things that I want to do and make sure that I'm in a good headspace before prep. So I'm very excited, keen. It's been like, it'll be 3 years in the making, so I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, very exciting. And like I said, I think it's really important to make sure that you have a timeline present. I know a lot of coaches sort of just wing things, and whilst there's an element of obviously seeing how the body responds, it's always a good idea to periodize your year, especially if you are obviously a competitor, to give yourself enough time to actually prep and then obviously grow and work in any occasions. Obviously, like a wedding, like the last thing you want to be doing is doing a big growth phase over your wedding, maybe not looking the way you want, or worse, like having to prep through your wedding and add that extra stress where probably won't result in a good outcome for the prep itself, but the wedding itself as well. So it's important to really like build that into your timeline, and it's going to be a very exciting year. I'm actually very blessed that Will has chosen me as his best man, which is crazy to have that honor. Obviously, starting off as his coach, and now very, very good friends that I'm the best man at his wedding. So I'm very excited for that day, and then obviously very excited to get you back on stage, actually with a full prep this time and an off season. I don't know if you want to spill the beans, but we'll probably be doing like nationals and maybe like an international show as well.
Yeah, I do want to do potentially a Vietnam show internationally, just to see how I go against other home blood Vietnamese guys as well. So, and just seeing the production and seeing how bodybuilding is getting bigger in Vietnam kind of excites me. So I do want to check that out. And it will be quite a long time before I compete again. So, I really wanted to make the most of the opportunity next year and then really be present, because the first one I did was more just to, I'd say, experience it, and I did fall in love with it, but I did that one show and then it was straight to, having fun right after. So this time I do want to enjoy it and be more present with it as well.
I think that's a really important lesson, to just be present, enjoy that experience, because you're never gonna know when your last show's gonna be. Like, you may think that you have all these upcoming shows, but you just never know what life entails. I know when I did retire, I didn't think that was going to be the case. I am obviously making a comeback now after 6 years, but I thought I'd be competing year on year after that. And with Will obviously getting a bit older, getting married, kids in the future, he obviously has every intention to compete again, but it might be a long time before that happens. So getting in, doing multiple shows, doing an international show, really get that experience, really build those memories, and just gain things that he can look back on when he's older. And you're never going to regret trying new things, but you will regret not trying.
What's the thing that you miss most, looking forward to most after prep?
I'd say it's just spending quality time with, my partner, my friends, my family afterwards. It's my first prep together with my partner, and she's been amazing. She's been really supportive, taking a lot of stress off my shoulders, but I know that she's feeling it. Obviously we are restricted, we can't go out on date nights. The energy is really low, so just kind of give back to her as well. I am also flying back home to Perth to visit Mum over Christmas. I've shared this in a previous video, but my grandma did pass away during this prep, and that was very hard on me, but obviously even harder for my mum if it was her mum. So the fact that she went home for the wedding, for the funeral, and I wasn't able to, I feel bad, and I feel like I owe it to her to go back and spend some time with her. So it'd be really nice to go home and see her again. So they're the main things really, just to spend quality time and not have to think about prep or feel restricted.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, a lot of guys will be, just thinking about food all the time post comp. Like myself, I had a whole box taped of goodies like chips and all this. You were over my house that night after the comp, and then I just pulled out this box that I was just collecting of just snacks. And that was a recipe for disaster afterwards. So we ended up getting rid of that box after a while. But yeah, like I'm sure you would have experienced your fair shares of like post comps. Like, can you run through like your worst one, like by far? Like,
Yeah, I think the first time is always the worst, especially if you're that type of person to. Now, a lot of people are guilty of this, don't get me wrong, but you're the type of person to like hoard snacks to have after prep, or create a list of like restaurants or foods that you want to go to, because obviously like once you finish, you're gonna feel that restriction you've had for months, and if it's there in front of you, you collected a box of it, you're more than likely going to overeat it. So I think you just get better at realizing like, yes, I've got some freedom now, but food's always going to be there. You don't have to eat everything you're craving in the first 2 weeks post show. Like, again, food's always going to be there, so space that out. Have like maybe 1 to 2 free meals per week. Maybe have like some more like macro match days and stuff like that. But yeah, you definitely don't need to go hard. And you actually find that if you just allow yourself some time, half the things that you're craving, you won't even crave it later on. It's just that you're so food focused during prep. Again, if you have it in front of you, you're obviously going to eat it. Whereas if you don't have it in front of you and you just space it out over time, by the time you kind of like recover from the prep itself, half those things, man, like you won't even think about it, right? Because I find like a lot of things you probably crave are things that you don't even normally crave in off season. Was that the same for you?
Yeah, quite similar. I mean, I just had a lot of sweets. I'm more of a savoury person, but I was just sugar addicted.
Yeah.
I think that was partially because I kept making my food taste good, like especially with all the sugar-free syrups and stuff. And I was just craving the real deal, and then I couldn't stop myself from like eating ice cream, lollies, and chocolate bars. I remember I had like a Kit Kat like special edition that I saw on sale that I bought saved for after prep, and I just ate it without breaking it. Like just ate it as a whole. Felt like I needed to throw up, but chocolate's so thick to throw up, so I just could not deal with it. So yeah, definitely I'm more of a savoury guy, and I think I had like more of a sweet tooth because of that. So yeah, you definitely crave more things, and like you said, if you give yourself time, like to really like build that better relationship with food, I think you helped me out a lot with that. Like to see things as like not bad for you, but like something that's nutrient dense and less nutrient dense. And labeling food more like that definitely helps.
I think that's an important lesson to be learned. Like, there's a fine line. You obviously have to enjoy your diet in order to be able to stick to it. But if you are obsessed with trying to make your diet taste as amazing as possible, super flavorful, heaps of variety, then it's actually been shown in studies that it actually makes you crave for more variety, more flavorful food. So if you want less food focus, it sounds really boring, but make your food as bland as possible, because you're actually going to crave less food if you just eat bland all the time.
Good. Come on, bro. Make it all count. Come on.
Open up the stance a little bit more. Just get lower. Just drop
guys, shoulders done. Gonna move on the tricep. I actually only have one tricep exercise. You probably would have seen this in one of my previous videos, but this is a single arm overhead extension. So just grab onto the ball of the handle, step forward, try to keep the elbow tucked in, and then we should extend through that way. 2 sets of 12 here, starting off with a warm up.
Good, Paulie, come on. Get it. Get it. Come on, come on. Stay in it. Marshall, come on. That's it. Come on. Alright, come on. Push. Yep. Come on. Let's go. Come on, boy. Come on. Get it? Finish. Focus. Got it. Get it? Be strong.
When you feel
He
flat,
doesn't-
it's
he-
not flat
I gotta
over.
put my shirt back on.
He doesn't believe this, but like the only time I wear string is on filming, man. Otherwise, I'm like fully covered up all the time. You know that.
Yeah.
I've always done that.
He won't take it off even on a good day. Good, come on. You got it. Grind, come on. Push yourself, man, come on. Yes. Come on.
guys, so next exercise, got a single arm preacher curl, 2 sets of 8 to 12 here.
Intentions, whack with essentials, look like corn. Buy some wires, don't slow. Never seen a green drive, but it's like I know what I got in this traffic. Push weight like the gym, same time punching up Mike Tyson. If he knows what's best, he'll approach with sense. Know why they love Green Viking. It's all good till I'm on green lighting. Back mine out of the sheep and dice him. Send me that Addy, my boys stop typing. Got what you need, link me by the best one. I don't do texture, smoking spice. The food that I sell, send man to the moon, and I'm letting it go out and new prize. Grab a pack, rock it down and then watch it fly. New racks, even feds know that a man's life. I sell weed, I'm trying to better my life. I got what you need, hurry up and buy. Rolling around with malicious intentions.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. Come on. Grind it out. Alrighty guys, last bicep exercise, we've got a single arm high cable curl. So we're going to be standing on, almost as if we're doing like a single arm front double bicep. So this has the shoulder in a flex position, which is really going to work like the short end of the bicep. 2 sets of 12. If you guys want well-rounded biceps, really make sure that you're training the biceps in different positions of the shoulder. So you could train the bicep in a more lengthened position where the shoulder is stretched behind your body, more mid-range where it's like more on the side of the body, in front of the body, and even above the body. So make sure that you're hitting it in different angles to be able to hit all heads of the biceps. Spot would have been nice.
Yeah, we're ready. Come on.
Alright guys, that is a wrap on shoulders and arms. 1.5 weeks out from the New Zealand Pro. We'll give you guys a bit of a flat update on how I'm looking at this point in time. Hopefully by the time you see me next week in New Zealand, I'll be nice and full. and in detail we'll be showing. As always, if you like the content, please make sure to share and subscribe.
I see you, Alex. You a fucking fool for this shit. Appreciate that one. S. I think it's time to put them in their place. I'ma have to set them straight. You don't know me, you don't know where I'm from, or what I had to do to get this plate. Hey, let me paint a picture. Everybody dissing, acting like it wasn't cool to listen. Now look at me. I say now look at me. Let me get it started. Yo, the rhyme's been the dumbest since day one. Said I want this shit, then my mama said pray, son. I ain't got no hidden motives. I'ma get a bullet, fill it with some Folgers, then pull that motherfucker to. Get the fuck out my face. Y'all ain't fuck with me back then.